Today I want to talk about e-residency of Estonia. Whether it's something which is right, whether it's wrong, or whether it's hyped. So, does the e-residency exist? The answer to that is, if you don't go by the terminology, if you just go by the fact that whether there is something called e-residency, the answer would be yes. But the moment we go further and dig deep into the fact that whether e-residency is worth it, and whether going by what we hear on the social media, people saying that the moment you have e-residency, and since Mukesh Ambani or Barack Obama or even Bill Gates are having the e-residency received from Estonia, and there are approximately 2,000 people who have received Estonian e-residency. Does it really translate into a huge advantages? The answer to that, according to me, would be no. The answer is not correct. Now, what has been mentioned about e-residency is the possibilities of the individuals to only and only undertake business. And to say that sitting back in India, you can have the e-residency, you can open a company over there and undertake business. That is not difficult, and that can be done in many parts of the year. So it is no distinct advantage, so to say, to have an e-residency received from, or a card received in India from Estonia, and then to be able to do business in Estonia. Now, why is this word residency being hyped? And it is a misnomer. There's nothing called residency in this e-residency. There's not even a possibility that you would get a visa, a Schengen visa in even Estonia on the basis of e-residency card that you receive. So e-residency is practically a misnomer which only allows you as a prerequisite you be able to open your own company. So when I talk about this, the fact is you don't need e-residency or any kind of formality when it comes to opening a company in other parts of Europe. And when it comes to the fact that people who would possibly be able to take e-residency would enjoy the benefits, whether it be in terms of free healthcare or education or transportation, the answer to all this is no. There is no benefit whatsoever which one can ever avail on the basis of e-residency. Now the fact is, Estonia is a country which is at the corner. Its borders touch the Russian borders. It's a very cold country, a very small country with a population not going beyond 1.5 million, which is around 15 lakhs, equivalent to maybe a very small city in India. And the fact that you can trade from there in the rest of Europe would only make sense in case you are only working in IT or in digital platforms or digital sector. And for doing that also, if you have to have the company incorporated there and have all the people work for that company from other parts of the world, and you yourself not being able to travel and manage your own company there, I really don't see any advantages. IT sector, and if I may say, even the global laws and Indian IT Act, which is compliant to the international laws relating to information technology, makes it possible for any person sitting in any part of the world to be able to transact and undertake business, because the whole internet brings everybody equally. So there is no distinct advantage of having a company registered if the only intent to do the business is in the IT domain. So given the fact that you can't have manufacturing in Estonia, that's not the right place for manufacturing. That's again not a great place for pharma and many other sectors. So in this background, the fact that e-residency could be a benefit for somebody if they do not understand the legal framework of the rest of European countries, then maybe they can go ahead with Estonia. But the fact that now even the advantage that has been overplayed, the advantage that unless and until the dividends are taken out of the company, there would be no taxation or the corporate taxation on the company. There's something very interesting about it. For an outsider, how does it make a difference? Because for an outsider, if you can't take the money out of the company stays, the country receives the money out of your business, out of the profits, and that's retained in the banks, that's retained in the company and in the country. So it really doesn't translate into you individually benefiting other than when you are salaried or other than when you are able to book your expenses into the company's expenses. So having said this all, and when it comes to taxation of 20% VAT, 20% income tax and 20% corporate tax, though it sounds very lucrative from the point of view of India, but from a realistic perspective, there are a lot of countries in Europe which offer even better tax regimes. You can save a lot of money when it comes to you are being able to take advantage of a non-habitual resident scheme, which is worded differently now in Portugal, in Spain, Cyprus, Romania, even Hungary. The corporate tax is just 9%. So if you look at many countries which have a little more vibrant economy, they are bigger countries, they are more centrally located, they have more scope and possibilities of doing diversified businesses. Keeping all that in mind, it makes much more sense to understand the whole paradigm of investment, return on investment, the possibilities of migration and taking advantage of a country being in a particular country, in a particular continent, then to be able to immediately jump to the or hop onto the wave that Estonia and with its e-residency would give you ABCD benefits. There is no benefit whatsoever other than the ability to incorporate a company sitting back in India, which is what you could do in many other countries of Europe.